Hi, I'm Jeet from Espressotec Sales and Service. Today we're going to do a video overview featuring one of Baratza's new grinders, the Baratza Forte. And this one's going to be the Forte BG, which is the brew grinder that they have. So over here we have the Baratza Forte BG. It's their new commercial grade grinder. And it features some new technologies that Baratza's have. It's not just a redesigned Vario, it's got a bunch of upgrades to it, which really make it a distinct new grinder. So besides the aesthetics, the stainless steel finishing on it, which adds a lot of appeal, and the fact that it does have a good mass on it, so when you're sitting on the counter, it has a lot of neat features, which makes it a very versatile grinder. Now, the BG brew grinder is more ideal for your press pot, your batch brews, your drip, and it uses 54mm steel burrs made by Jeet G. So it's paired up with a nice powerful DC motor, which is able to produce grinds of 2 grams a second. And it really depends on, if you're grinding for an AeroPress or press pot, it will change the grind output. So, a little overview. We'll start with the new redesigned hopper. It does have a new shut off. It has their hopper stopper as it's done. So on the back of it, you'll see the on and the off. So it is in the open position, and what you do is you just rotate that over to the closed position, and then unlock the Baratza hopper, and then it simply all lifts out. And so it's easy to take out, and then only about 10 grams or coffee or so is left in the chamber. Now, with it off, you can access, the Forte does come with the upper burr removal tool, so you just basically will be able to place that in on top of the grinder and then unlock the burr set. Now it is a bit different compared to the Vario because the Forte now features threaded burrs. So the upper burr is threaded into place, and so that's why they give you the nifty tool, so you can actually plop it into place and then unlock it. And then take it apart, to clean it out and then reassemble the grinder. So it's a neat little tool that Baratza did add in. And to place it back in, there's a skinny key and a fat key, which slides right there, and then we lock it so it actually is operable. So I'm going to set it to the open position there. Now we'll go to the front of the machine. You'll notice it still has the macro and micro cams. So on the right hand side here we have 10 distinct grind settings, which will range through the motions of for AeroPress to your press pot, giving you 10 distinct macro settings for fineness. Now in between those 10 settings you do have your micro settings over here. So on the left hand you do have 26 different distinct settings. That's easy to set up and remember because of the fact that the macros are digits ranging from 1 to 10, and then your micro settings are basically letters ranging from A to Z. They actually redesigned it too with these new metal macro adjustment keys, which makes changing the grind setting a little bit harder, but it's a much sturdier feel. So it's going to hold in place, and it's not going to change on you if you grind really fine. You're not going to have your micro and macro cams moving around. It's a very sturdy feel. Now we work our way to the display. A key thing to note, how you figure out which is the brew grinder. It does have brew grinder written right there, so you know that this is the unit that's meant for your brew grinding, and it has the steel burrs inside. So your modes of grinding, you do have by weight because it does have the built-in weigh scale. So you can grind by a weight right into the container, and you can just tar it just by clicking tar, or you can grind by time, and then you have a manual operation and then 3 programmable time settings. Now if you grind by weight, it's going to be much more accurate. You get down to about 0.2 grams of accuracy. If you grind by time, you're looking at about 0.5 grams for accuracy. But overall, it's a nice versatile grinder, giving you multiple options. The touchscreen display is actually pretty bright, really easy to see if there's direct sunlight on it. And the neat thing is that if it's left inactive for about 5 minutes, it will automatically turn off the display to conserve electricity. Some of the things I want to talk about is with this out of the way, the grounds bin, you actually have full access to adjust the grind setting to recalibrate it. So if your Forte is not grinding like it did at day 1, or you're having to grind in an extremely fine setting at 1 and you're still not getting the grind setting you want, you're going to use the Baratza grind adjustment tool that is given with the Forte. And simply in one of our videos you can see exactly how to adjust the grind setting and recalibrate the Forte. Now the neat thing that Baratza throws in is some full cycle grinds cleaner, which you can run through your grinder on a medium setting to flush it out. So overall, that's our overview on the Baratza Forte grinder. It's a great great option to go with. It's commercially built, and for press spot and batch brewing, it's definitely a contender because it's so versatile. Because you can grind by weight, you can grind by time, you can use it manually. It has a removable hopper, and it also looks really elegantly designed. So thanks for checking out our video, and stay tuned for our next one.